in the combined primary 5 and 6 category. Two winners, a boy and girl, will go to Austria to compete in an international tournament.
I feel very excited because I've never been there before, and I think it will be I think I will gain a lot of experience to play with the paddlers from other countries.
The third day of the Special Olympic Games kicked off today with participants taking part in bocce, a game similar to lawn bowling. Winning a place on the podium is secondary for these participants. It's all about celebrating their talents and abilities. And more importantly, having a ball of a time competing against one another. And this has been Singapore Tonight. That's IT Uploaded is up next. Timothy Goh speaks to Alicia Keys about her new job at Blackberry, and Lewis Hamilton about his Blackberry experience.
City living in the East. Less than a minute walk to Tanah Merah MRT. Urban Vista, metropolitan living in the East.
实际上我不知道什么叫新闻，我只是记录我看到的。
就是说在这边，
这种对外对外的了。
这家线这边了。
我是因为本能的看到那个东西，我觉得有必要把它披露在网上。
Crystallize the whole story of Vietnam.
The world is forgetting about us. That's why I decided to become a video reporter.
Every entrepreneur has a story to tell. I started with a passion and a mission of exterminating pests some 22 years ago. Sacrifices were made, but I still held to my gut feel and beliefs. I found my way to success. I still remember winning that award, a national pride, which best symbolized years of hard work. It's not easy, but the journey is worth it. That's my story. Tell us yours.
That's IT Uploaded.
Hello everyone, it is time again for That's IT Uploaded. BlackBerry's gamble seemed to have paid off. It's been given a lifeline and the new management seemed to be putting it to good use. The success of the Z10 snowballed into a flurry of announcements at the recently held BlackBerry Live. And whether you're a crackberry or not, you will stand up and pay attention.
Number 60 million active.
First, the bombshell.
It's time to bring BBM to a greater audience.
BlackBerry's trademark BBM messaging system will now be made available for iPhone and Android users. Finally, you might say, because BBM has been around way before WhatsApp or iMessage, but was restricted only to BlackBerry handset users. But not anymore.
So it'll be very true to the BBM DNA. So it's going to be based on PIN number. That's really fundamental. It's part of the DNA of BBM. We're going to have, Ds and Rs, and all of the core essences of BBM are going to be part of that experience. So we're staying really true to the brand and staying really true to that overall experience.
The new BlackBerry 10's operating platform, the QNX Neutrino real-time operating system, is apparently so powerful that it will be powering communications in some cars in the near future. Imagine being able to use BBM video conferencing while you are driving, or BBM messaging as you speed through the racetracks.
I was saying to them we've got to get that kind of technology in the cars nowadays, because it's usually you just put the phone, whichever phone you have, you just plug it into a car, and you don't really have the connectivity that you can have with this new technology.
The Blackberry Q5 handset was also made official at this event. This BlackBerry 10 device is an entry-level model running on the new BB10 platform with a QWERTY keyboard. The Q5 is predominantly constructed with a lighter plastic material and will be mostly sold in developing markets. Its bigger brother, the Q10, though, is an entirely different story. This handset feels premium and has an even better camera than the Z10.
The resolution of the width
is the same, and that then allows for just scrolling within an application. So what you'll find is applications still look fantastic in terms of the banners, the feel, the application icon sizes, the buttons inside any application, including the menu, but then you're just having to scroll a little bit more to get that richer content.
And of course, thousands of delegates flew in to hear BlackBerry's newest superstar high-profile employees speak. Alicia Keys started her career with BlackBerry only in January, but the singer already has her hands full with projects she told me are dear to her. Listen to our one-on-one exclusive interview.
Heavy burden on your shoulders. You're supposed to move this company forward, what your boss said. How are you going to do that?
Well, I think that it's a very natural evolution for this company, for BlackBerry. And I'm very excited to be the global creative director because we really align in very natural ways. And also, there is such the possibility to do endless things together, to create an innovative platform that merges entertainment and productivity is much of what aligns the two of us. But what also aligns us is our focus on women, and that's a big part of the BlackBerry usership. And for me, that's a big part of who I want to reach and who I touch. I think that I have a unique view and opinion on how to bring the two worlds together. And technology is a huge part of all of our lives. As an artist, I use technology more in my everyday life than anything else potentially. And so there's a natural synergy between my knowledge of what I would do, how do I continue to be more creative, how do we continue to make it easy in our lives to access all the people that we need to, that are business, family, people that we want to know or attach ourselves to. So there's a natural way to do that, that's happening already.
Okay, what I think a lot of viewers would want to know is, do you really have an office at BlackBerry? Do you work there when you're touring? How do you juggle everything?
So I'm not a day-to-day person, so I don't have a day-to-day office where I work at BlackBerry, but I do have an overarching vision for what and how we can collaborate and work together. Then I bring my relationships to the fold, and I'm able to access places and people that maybe they can't, and then they're able to access places and people that maybe I can't. So then together, the way that we work together, it adds a more wider spectrum. And so I would say that as opposed to, although we had an incredible meeting in Waterloo just a couple of weeks ago, and we will surely continue to have these type of dialogues and conversations. So I am absolutely at the office, but I don't have an everyday office where I go. I'm able to work from all corners of the world, and I think that gives me that unique perspective that really benefits it.
Okay, lastly, how can you make BlackBerry cool or hip again for the consumers out there?
The coolest part about what's happening is that BlackBerry is reinventing itself. And when you're in the process of reinventing yourself, you are willing to do things, take chances, think in ways that I think most people won't. And so that in itself is a big statement and testament to where the brand is going. So for me, it's really about taking an everyday person's view and bringing it to life, finding better ways to access applications that we use in our lives that would actually serve the BlackBerry platform in a unique way and therefore the user, and innovating new things that aren't even alive yet in any other platform, so that there are things that are happening here that only happen here.
And if you think Alicia is only here to increase BlackBerry's profile among the hip and happening,
it is actually, and I think it takes time too. It does take time to really build it in regards to what you said, on the long term. And I think it should be long term. It shouldn't be something that it's just like, by next month we're gonna do this and that's it. It's like something that's constantly evolving and getting better. It's just the beginning of the reinvention of BlackBerry. So this is plans to go on for a long time.
Well, I'm not a big follower of Alicia Keys, but in that interview, she really came off genuinely dedicated to her role as a BlackBerry employee, erasing any doubts I had before that this is all just gimmick. Well, Nokia is still struggling to get recognized for its superior smartphone products. It recently tweaked its flagship Lumia smartphone line and came up with the 925, which seemed to have addressed some of the older Lumia shortcomings. Channel News Asia's Natalie Feary with a look now at what might just make the Lumia a household name.
This ringtone once heralded the biggest mobile phone company in the world. Here it announced the launch of Nokia's new flagship phone, the Nokia Lumia 925. The Finnish phone company has been trailing behind smartphone giants Apple and Samsung, and the effects have been felt. Sales have shrunk 40%, but with the new Lumia, Nokia is convinced it can stand out against its competitors.
Imaging, fantastic differentiator to consumers. Things like wireless charging, the screen that I've talked about, which allows you to read it in daylight as well as use a glove.
Much was made of the SmartCam, which takes 10 images at once and then gives the option of selecting the best one. And the phone was certainly seen as an improvement on its predecessor.
It was a bit heavy and slightly on the chubby side. And, you know, Nokia has done an excellent job with this. You can't detract from that, of really whittling that down and giving it an aluminum body too.
With the new and improved Lumia, Nokia will be looking to claw back market share from the likes of Apple and Samsung. But they'll also have to persuade consumers that the Windows operating system is intuitive and easy to use. Those at Nokia are confident they can do just that.
Once they use the Windows Phone device and they see our differentiators, they really love it. It provides a great experience. It's simple to use. It really is vibrant if you look at the, live tiles.
Others are still not sure whether the gamble to only use the Windows operating system has paid off.
You still need to be a brave soul to move into Windows Phone. I'm not going to lie, you will, depending on what apps you use already, you may find that your app isn't present there.
Though with a range of phones at different price points, Nokia is not just looking at the Lumia to attract customers. There has even been talk of a tablet, but no word on that yet.
It's a space we're eyeing with interest. No announcements today, and what we're really here to talk about is the 925.
But at the launch, Nokia did promise a summer of new announcements. For now, at least, a lot is riding on whether the latest Lumia can rise in the smartphone world. If not, the company could see its share of the mobile market fall further. Natalie Feary, Channel News Asia, London.
Well, thanks for joining me this week. If you are enjoying this show, or maybe you're not, let us know on our Facebook page or respond to us on Twitter. I'm Timothy Go. That's it.
The first MRT ride in Singapore. Remember this couple who made the news? What about the first citizen soldier? Were you one of them? Or the first rescue team to the site of the Hotel New World collapse?
It crumbled like a pack of cards.
We are on the hunt for Singaporeans who made the news in the past 50 years. Were you there or know someone who was? Spot the familiar faces on our website and get in touch with us. We want to know if you made the news.
Online news sites with significant reach will now have to be licensed. This has triggered much reaction and a slew of questions. Why this new licensing regime? Why now? And how will it affect the way you consume the news? Licensing news sites, will it work? Call us, tweet us, we want to hear from you on Talking Point The Vote, live Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Whenever you are in Asia for business or leisure, check into one of Accor's fine hotels and stay in touch with the latest news developments with Channel News Asia. Now available in Sofitel, Pullman, M Gallery, Grand Mercure, Novotel, Mercure, Ibis, and All Seasons hotels across Asia.
Lifestyles and aspirations are evolving in rural Asia, the pace of life desperately catching up with the demands of modernization. The region's modes of transportation, the traditional ones, and even the weird and wonderful machines and designs are born from the creativity, inventiveness, and the will to survive. But these are slowly making way for more modern and perhaps less unique modes and methods. The lives and livelihoods of developing Asia are quickly evolving as the wheels of progress begin to turn.